Let's get this party started. Welcome to Keeping Up with the Geek Bros podcast, episode 105. We're going to be talking today about what really is... Oh, sorry. I don't even know how this goes. So I guess Starflex, you go first?
So tell me, what are we talking about today?
All right, we're going to talk about what really is considered a next-gen gaming. DC Fandom showed that DC still wants to fight for movie dominance. Robert Pattinson, Batman's workout diet. Call of Duty trailer replaced worldwide over 10 million square footage. Suicide Squad announcement. Gotham Knight's announcement. The Lord of the Rings. Gollum is a Prince of Persia-like stealth game. Trials of Mana has significantly exceeded Square Enix expectation.
In a world where geeking out never looked so good, two incredibly sexy men will rise for your auditory pleasure. Here's your hosts, Keeping Up with the Geek Bros.
All right, guys, thank you for tuning in for episode 105. Let's get this party started. All right, what's going on, guys? How you guys doing today? My name is Juancho. I'm here with
Darth Flex.
Roz.
And Man.
All right. Look, Raz, we were able to get to hear you this time around. Right. We are the hosts of Keeping Up with the Geek Bros, a family podcast, allegedly. Mr. Darflex is going to drop some social media and do his thing.
Course. You beautiful people can find us on Instagram and Twitter at Geek Bros with a 0. That's GEEKBR0S. Now, if you want to find cool and funny posts, fake news, real news, funny stuff. Vibe being a scumbag and kind of, just leaving this podcast to go to Disney World is some bullshit. You can check us out on Facebook.com/GeekBros with a 0. Now, if you want a chance to win some free stuff or just want to send us some questions or maybe you want to argue with us or argue with Roz, that'd be interesting. You can always email us at geekbros with a 0 at yahoo.com. Send a picture of your dogs, please. Now, if you want to see this beautiful concoction of, oh man, Manny has a really shiny head. If you want to see this beautiful golden egg, you can check us out on youtube.com/Vibrep Studios. That's VIBEREVSTUDIOS. And the first place to find the Geek Bros.
The first
place.
BBGeeksPC.com.
Was that a new, recently shaved head, my man? That's usually how my head is, right when it's shaved in the morning. That shine lasts me for a whole day. I feel you.
It's messing with those temperatures checkpoints. Mm-hmm. Can't get it fixed on my head at all. It's great.
Comments and questions from the audience. Let's see. Ashley Mercedes commented, yes, to the Mandalorian Season 2 trailer reportedly dropping this week. And then we have a comment. That's it. No, that's all I have here.
I just want to say that's my younger sister. She's shouting out. So shout out to my family for listening to the podcast.
Shout out to the Man family.
There you go.
Yes.
Thank you for all the listeners. All right. So what's on your mind, gents, today? Let's go ahead and start with Man. Welcome. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me, guys. There's a few things that I wanted to say. I'll just start off with the easy stuff. Currently, I'm playing Assassin's Creed Origins, trying to finish that right before, and then Odyssey right before Valhalla's release. Mm-hmm. Watching Lucifer on Netflix, and thanks to Squeezy Bits, I think I'll dive into Great Pretender, see what that looks like. Currently, I bought a bunch of equipment that I'm currently using right now for a few projects that I want to start up that I'm trying to low-key, start up on. And I've been thinking a lot about this whole Jacob Blake and Canon Hinnett situations that's super political, but, wake-up calls all around. It's crazy.
Yep. All right. What about you, Russ?
Nothing really. I've been working on getting back into music production. Finally upped my license for Ableton Live, so just working on that. Hopefully I'll have something for us to play around with in a couple of weeks.
Cool.
But outside of that, been playing a lot of Risk of Rain 2. That game is difficult, insane, fun.
What is it? I wanted to. It was on sale the other day. I saw it, and what can you? What is it?
It's a third-person 4-player roguelike. Basically, it's run-based, so you start off with nothing. Every time you start a new game, you got to shoot a bunch of enemies, unlock weapons and upgrades, and you just get more powerful and see how far you can go. It's actually really fun, and like I said, it's really bad shit.
And recently, I saw it finally got a full release, right? It updated patch 1.0.
Yeah, 1.0. It's really fun. I really recommend it to you guys.
All right, cool. All right, I'll probably check that out after Control. All right, Flex.
PC?
It's on PC. I'm playing it on the Xbox and PC, depending on which group of friends. But honestly, I probably won't be playing with anybody for the next couple of weeks because I'll be playing Wasteland 3.
Yeah, there you go. A good thing I reminded you.
Yeah, thank you. I almost all day, not even touching it.
Oh, yes, I guess my turn. Yes. Yeah, just working a lot. Man, I'm really getting into the Arkham games right after Roz kept mentioning Gotham Knights. Right, so I'm just really loving those games. Forgot how fun they were, man. God, they're so fun. So much better than Marvel. But other than that, I've been working a lot as things slowly start to open up in some locations. Specifically for sports, it's been keeping me busy. So tonight is actually one of the fights for what I showed you guys was one of the fights I was looking for here in the Intercontinental Miami. Still no fans, just the fighters. One coach per fighter. But yeah, other than that, just working, school, still got all A's. No big deal.
No big deal.
Shout out to your fighting team. Hopefully everybody comes with the W home.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
All right. What's on my mind? I've been watching Gamescom. It's the only kind of thing that I've actually enjoyed for anything that has to do with conventions. I didn't enjoy anything of the summer's games, whatever that was.
Yeah,
that was horrible. So this is like the closest thing that I can get to E3. I've enjoyed. I mean, there's some few things I'm like, but most of the time I'm really enjoying it. And I've been playing Control. I'm kind of freaked out and scared. I don't want to play this game again at night because I did not sleep. My mind was like racing all over the place. I kept hearing like voices, and I'm like, what is this? Is the Hiss gonna come get me? Yes. Are they gonna appear? What's going on here? And is my phone the Control? Is this gonna help me, bro? The stuff that I was dreaming last night from this game, and then I was reading more into it. How it's maybe tied into quantum theories.
Oh no, it is. It's 100%. It's tied into all of Remedy's games. So Quantum Break and Alan Wake. Actually, the Alan Wake DLC came out yesterday.
I heard, and it does do reference to Control, right?
Oh, dude, it is in Control, and it references Alan Wake the other way. Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. So I'm excited on that, and then I think next week we have Crusaders King 3, which I've been looking forward to since I got into CK2. So, right, let's get this thing going. What's going on with the GEEK Bros? I have no idea. Vibe is somewhere.
COVID. I can tell you what's going on with the GEEK Bros. Absolutely nothing, because Vibe decided to take a trip to COVID-infested children infested theme park. And good for him. He got a watermelon flavored hookah. So yeah, good for him. He's probably gonna get really dizzy after taking 2 out of a fucking pool and then just throw up and pass out. So you know what? Good for him.
There
he
you
still
go.
wears a t-shirt when he goes into the pool. All right, but that's what's going on with GEEK Bros.
If this is your first time listening to our podcast, then please take a moment to subscribe and leave a review on your favorite podcasting app. If you're watching us, then don't forget to subscribe, comment, and share. YouTube has recently changed its algorithm to favor corporate channels, so independent productions like ours aren't being recommended, reducing views and limiting our exposure to new audience. With further ado, episode 105 starts now. All right, let's get to the fresh scent. All right, so the video games out this week, it's a small little list, not that big. You have Operation Zeta, on PC, Rapture on PC, Shippo on PC, Moon on the Switch, Captain Tsubusa Rise of New Champion for PC, PS4, and Switch. I might be checking that one out since I was a big into that anime. You ever guys see the anime? It was back in I know I was born in '88, but it was made out in '83 and was then ported to South America in the late '80s. Anybody?
Also probably. What's it called?
It's called Captain Tsubusa, but in Spanish on Super Campeones.
Sí, I mean, yes. Fuck.
Yes. Yo, that anime was fun. Yeah, Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles for the Switch, the port, Arcade Archive Super Dodgeball for the Switch, Wait, Life is Beautiful for PC, Night of the Dead for PC, and Jump Force Deluxe Edition for the Switch. One of the games that is not on here, that is now on Steam, Rum Roast please, Control is now on Steam.
Odd that the list didn't have Wasteland.
Yeah, no, well, I know that's another one. I might have to recheck this website better on
we
that.
don't do movies, Geek Bros approved movies
Anymore? I don't know.
Bill and Ted came out today.
Yo, it's so good.
I want to watch it.
Oh,
Yes,
man.
yes.
Yeah.
Hey,
watch
nothing else. I won't say anything else.
Got it.
Yeah.
Thank
Bill
you.
and Ted are in it. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah.
I was
It
waiting,
looked, the trailer looked amazing. So
waiting for this watch party, but okay.
All right, it's time for What's All Up in Your Face. We know what's going to be all up in our faces today. What's really is considered next-gen gaming. We've gotten a few trailers and few things that we've seen for next-gen. It doesn't call next-gen to me. I don't know what next-gen is then. Is it because we're getting upgraded parts on the new consoles? Is that what next-gen is? Because what they're showing us is not really next-gen. I wanted to see what you guys thought about that statement I just made, based on what's going out there.
just really quick, because I have nothing to say about this, but I am really interested to hear Raz's take on this, because he is actually the guy in this field. That's it for me. Sorry.
Man, anything before I jump in?
I mean, after watching the commercials and all the sensitive triggers and all that, I was like, isn't that what they've already had? I don't understand. Like, that didn't make any sense to me. But go ahead, Ross.
Oh. So, what is next gen? It's really hard to see this generation as a not to be redundant, but a generational jump from the last one, especially since we had the mid-step consoles, the 1X and the Pro. Nothing that we've really seen in the trailers and like the Xbox show and the PlayStation show or even Gamescom seems revolutionary. Nothing seems like jaw-droppingly graphically intensive. It's like, okay, this looks a bit better in some ways than what we have now, but there's no new technology that is exciting. Ray tracing isn't really the system seller that people want it to be. There's literally 9 or 11 games that support ray tracing right now. So what is next gen? Honestly, we'll have to see, because again, nothing that they've shown us is revolutionary. The new consoles have essentially the same or very similar CPUs, which are 10 times as more powerful as the current CPU. The GPU doesn't really matter right now. The CPU is the bottleneck. So maybe in the future, a year, 2, 4 down the line, we'll see games with better AI, huge crowds that are reactive, physics that are revolutionary, because we haven't really had anything exciting, man. I don't know if you guys agree or not.
No, I was watching the Ratchet and Clank rips apart, rips world, whatever that is.
Yeah.
And I was watching one of the commentators like, oh my god, this is like next gen stuff. I'm like, what's next gen here? Like, I mean, I've seen this before on a PS4. I mean, it's not the next gen. Is not next gen. I think ever since we jumped from Xbox One, Xbox 360 to now the original Xbox 360 to Xbox. Now it's just catching up to technology, just hardware. I mean, there's nothing really yet can be considered, for me, in my opinion, next gen. There's no new technology that besides parts, and that to me is not really, it's not equaling to
Engaging.
next gen.
Yeah.
No,
I'm not thrilled. I mean, I remember when the Xbox One came out. I mean, they hyped. I was hyped. I was like, wow, this is amazing. Now that I'm seeing the new Xbox X, it's like, okay, or PS5, but what's new about it? Like, the Dual 5,
It's just
not
a
doing it for me.
controller.
Yeah, it's not doing it for me. So I'm still rooting for what people are calling next gen. I'm still waiting to see what happens next year. I'm gonna give it a good, maybe 2 fiscal quarters before I purchasing it, just so I can see what is out there, like to try to be able to make the best choice, and we'll see what happens.
I'll be giving you updates as it goes.
There we go. All right. DC Fandom was a really, really interesting couple days. It was a couple days, right? Or was it a full 2?
It was a day repeated, basically.
Yeah. Yes, it felt like that, right? Because it was constantly the same thing over and over. Anyway, the trailers that they showed make me feel like DC is ready to fight for their movie dominance after Marvel's whole thing that they made. I know it's a big statement.
Like live action movies or cartoon movies?
Live action movies.
Hey, can I ask a question before you dive into this? Did anybody else watch the Fandom presentation, more or less on and off, or no, or at all?
On and off. I was watching just whatever small things that were popping in there. I wasn't watching the whole.
So I watched the majority of it, streaming it with another group of friends, and I got to tell you, that was one of the most tedious and boring experiences of my life. Like literal hours of depressingly just dull conversations with cast and writers, and it was like the worst part of a convention. Broadcast live for everybody else to suffer through, because when you go to a convention, you don't want to go to every single panel, right?
No,
but you had to sit through every single panel to get to the trailers. So I just wanted to say, DC, I hope the next time they do something like this, they just give you the opportunity to say, hey, I don't want to watch the panel on Arrow, because I just don't care. Anyway, that's it.
Yep. So I mean, the trailers that they show potential for DC to come up with, especially with the Suicide Squad by director. I forgot the name of the director. No, they went from Marvel to DC to film this movie. It has a lot of potential to have that many casts in there. So I'm excited. I think they're gonna do what they need to do, especially considering that this new Batman movie is gonna be good. I have a feeling that it's gonna be a really good Batman movie. So all right, that's all I have for Juancho all up in your face. We're gonna go ahead and have Ras presents Pixels and Politics. He has a few things to talk about. Let's go ahead, Ross.
So I'm gonna kind of go a little somewhat quick through this, because there's only really one that's kind of exciting, I guess I would say. But the first thing that was really surprising, or not so much, was Call of Duty trailer. If anybody saw it, when it first came out, one of the scenes that they had for the Cold War was the Tiananmen Square massacre. And then China, with their outcry, made Activision change the trailer and remove the Tiananmen Square portion. How do you guys feel about this bizarre intercontinental censorship that's been going on lately with multinational video game companies?
I hate it, man. Like, why? It's okay if they censor in their country, but the censoring's happening with the NBA. So I guess I get it, but still, it's like, man, come on, bro. Like, all right, how about let's erase the Holocaust? Let's erase other things that we don't like. It's history, man. Like, it's gonna be there, just like you said. Once it's on the internet, it's on the internet. Well, it's in history books, and those aren't really gonna go away, except for Library in Alexandria. But that's neither here nor there. It sucks. I do have a question though, because I'm not sure, but is it still going to be in the game?
I don't think it was really ever going to be in the game. It was just one of those things. It was part of the trailer. They're like, this happens during the Cold War. Yeah. These are the big things that happened during the Cold War. The Berlin Wall, the massacres here and there, et cetera, et cetera.
Is the trailer still out there? Are we still able to watch it?
Say it again?
Are we still able to watch the trailer?
You could just look up a pre-censor trailer. It's when I say it's like a half second, it's a half second. It doesn't really add or remove anything from the trailer. It's just the fact that they did it.
Yeah, it sucks, man. It's shitty. It's just people, kind of encroaching on other people's creativity. I see it as art, you know, and use historical references for your art. And who's that motherfucker to come in here and kind of censor you on something that actually did happen, something that's actually part of history? You know, if they want to censor their own game, make their own fucking game then. But since they censor creativity as well, they can go fuck themselves.
I didn't get to watch this trailer. I know when I said that, I meant to. I saw the most recent one from Gamescom where they showed Reagan coming in. That trailer was really nice. I didn't get to see that one. I know I'm not really much into Call of Duty and I can care less about them. The game series, but I didn't get a chance to watch the trailer, so I'll probably check it out to see what's the hype about.
So following up on that, let's harken back to the Fandom. Let's talk about two of these games, man. The Gotham Knights. Did all of you guys see the trailer for that?
Yes. And the gameplay. So good.
You know.
So it's a, guess you could say, online multiplayer Division or Destiny style, brawler, with, Batman family characters. I don't know. I think it looks really good. I'm a little disillusioned by the fact that it's a 2-player only game, considering it has 4 characters. I don't know what your take on that is, but
I was thinking it was going to be like Marvel's Avengers, like 4 players.
So
did I.
So it's multiplayer is capped at 2 players per party, correct?
Only 2-player co-op.
2-player co-op, but the game itself, it's online story around just those 2 players, or is there other players in your world?
Apparently, only the players that are playing are acknowledged in the game.
Okay, so I guess it's kind of like Crackdown.
It's kind of like Crackdown, sure. Yeah.
All right. I mean, I still like it.
Yeah, I was hoping, hey, 4 players, more people playing. Otherwise, co-op kind of limits what you can do. But and aside from that, the Suicide Squad game, I'm definitely hoping is going to be good, especially since that one is made by Rocksteady, whose games you're playing right now, Darth Flex. And it's supposed to be a continuation of that game universe. So the last game, the Arkham Knight, picks up right after that.
Oh,
so
nice.
They've only made good games. They haven't made anything bad. All they do is bangers.
They were really good. But those were the first kind of really good Batman Begins that I played. I'm like, ooh, these are nice. What's going on here? Yeah. I've never seen Batman so shiny in my life. But Batman, do you watch any of the trailers there?
I'm actually watching the Suicide Squad now. It looks awesome, actually. I haven't played the Arkham Knight game. I have it. I haven't started it yet, but I'm in love with I'm in love with the Batman games. They're great. You go around, you beat people up, the missions and everything. It's great. So I have high hopes for this game. It looks really good. This trailer is great. I'm sorry, guys.
Go in, man. On the other side of the coin, on product that WB is making, did you guys end up seeing anything about that Gollum game?
Yeah, enjoy it.
I saw it. Thanks to my sister.
Man, that personal opinion does not reflect the opinion of the show. That is I don't know what the art style behind that game, what they were thinking of, but that is an unfortunate looking game.
Yeah.
Do you remember the first Lord of the Rings game that was released that was not based on the characters from the movies? Like the appearances? It's pretty old. I'm
trying to think. It was on the PlayStation 2 and the Xbox.
Yeah, it was like the characters from the original cartoon, sort of.
Yeah, I remember it.
That's kind of what it reminded me of a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wasn't. I was very like. What I heard? Stealth game. I can use a stealth game. I'm like, oh, this is clickbait. I feel so betrayed. So betrayed. I'm like, yes, stealth game. Let's do this. Oh, what did I just clicked? What kind of virus did I just give myself to?
Oh, man. The last thing I want to touch on is this is kind of a personal a passion of mine, but I'm really happy with this. The Trials of Mana, which was released by Square Enix, did really well, and that really bodes well because Square was saying, "Hey, if this game does well, we're going to remaster other Mana games and possibly some of these Super Nintendo RPGs." such as Chrono Trigger.
Oh, I was just
can
gonna
they
say
get
that.
that?
Oh my God! Please.
I
Please.
genuinely desperately hope we get either a port of Chrono Trigger with somewhat updated graphics, or just give me another way to play Chrono Trigger. I'll be happy with
Oh
that.
my God.
Probably like my top 5 game, of all time.
Definitely.
So, I don't know. I'm really looking forward to that. But if you haven't played Trials of Mana, it's really good. If you like Secret of Mana or any of the other Mana games, this thing kicks ass.
Yeah.
But
I agree.
That's a remake of the first original one on Super Nintendo, right?
Yeah.
That looks
So
good.
yeah, that's basically it.
All right, we're going to talk about Darfleck's intersegment name here.
This is for inebriated fitness because Jason's driving while he's making his fucking outline to Orlando. But yeah, so I'm sorry, you can finish your introduction.
We're going to talk about Robert Pattinson's Batman workout diet. That's it. That's all I got.
Okay. Well, you guys saw that article that you posted, correct? Which is it was just clickbait. That's all it was. Not that what he did was bullshit or anything, but it's just clickbait because it gives you nothing. Unlike you remember back in the day when I did the Witcher, so Men's Health did Henry Cavill's for the Witcher. That was actually pretty legit, and I know the coach. He used a lot of our methods. This article for itself, I mean, I don't know. I just hate these articles because it's like these Pinterest posts, like these Pinterest workouts. Like, come on, man! Like, don't sit here give Robert Pattinson's Batman diet and workout regime revealed in parentheses for real. And this is what it says: cut down on alcohol, processed meats, and fried foods. Well, no shit. Right? Boxing and, in quotations, military-style sandbag routines on the beach. What's that? Did you fill up sandbags into them? Said your mom with a whore? Like, come on. All right. He ran 5 to 10K, so 3 to 6 miles, 3 to 4 times per week. I guess to get smaller, that would be the goal if he actually was doing that. But Robert Pattinson is not a big man.
Like me.
He's not scrawny. He's not scrawny because I remember at the end of like Twilight, he started getting into it a little bit, but he's not like a big man. So, and in the trailer, he didn't look very small, right? I mean, he didn't look like Edward from the beginning of the Twilight movies. So unless you're trying to drop mass, why are you running 3 to 6 miles 3 to 4 times per week? For abs, he begins with a regular 5-minute cardio workout. I don't understand that. For abs, you're doing cardio.
I mean, you need to do core, not cardio.
Well, not even core. Like Okay. So followed by bicycle crunches, dumbbell side bend, dumbbell crunches, and the Superman exercise, which is for your lower back. With 3 sets of 25 per rep move. And that's all they give. So again, it's just like a Pinterest post. Like if you're gonna say parentheses his workout and diet regime for real, post an actual program. I can tell you right now, like with Henry Cavill, this was pretty legit because there was a general preparation phase, and there was an actual phase for the movies. Even though they didn't give the whole phase, you did understand it was a phase. Here they're just giving just that. Like, this is what you need to do to look like vengeance. But I don't know. I personally just do not like these kind of articles because it's just you click on it to find nothing useful or obvious. Like, don't drink alcohol, cut down on processed foods and fried foods. But if you want to see a real superhero workout, check us out on Daru Strong on YouTube, and it's all for free.
Yes. There we go.
But that's all. I mean, it's kind of like, it's kind of cringy, this article. Whoever wrote this should
super low effort.
You should be ashamed of yourself.
Go play in traffic.
But then again, we did click it, so. Yeah.
I mean, I saw it. I sent it to you. So yes, I didn't even click. I just copied and paste. Not like grandma and grandpa that copies the Facebook link.
You don't read things before you send it to us?
No, I just send it. Clickbait it. Make you guys do the work.
Oh, God.
Only if it's videos.
Oh man.
I do enough reading throughout the day to be still reading the articles. I'm like, ah.
So, like we kind of blasted really quick past it, but should we talk a little more about that fandom?
Yes.
The trailers and whatnot.
Yeah,
Because
let's go ahead and break up. So let's talk about the Batman trailer first. The new Batman is set in year 2 of his career. It looks very dark. It looks like a Batman movie this time. I was a Batfleck fan. I've seen James play this role. And the way that they portrayed him looks very menacing. I'm scared of Batman. That's how I see this movie. Very gloomy, very dark.
Did he kill a man in that trailer? I think he beat a man to death in that trailer.
no, he'll be fine. Haven't you played the Arkham games? He'll walk it off.
I mean, I guess ignoring all physics, but I think most of the guys in Arkham are dead, dude. Some of them get hit by a car.
That was like the greatest scene of that whole like trailer, which is like bam, 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 bam. Not done yet. Oh, bam, bam, bam. Now you're up.
It reminds me of like if Herb Dean was a referee for a UFC fight, he just kept hitting, just lets him keep hitting the guy. Sorry, if you get it, you get it, but it's pretty funny.
It was a nice mix of the Nolan Batman like thematics with the Bat flick, absolute like just no care whatsoever with the outcome of his fights, just beating the shit out of people in a warehouse.
Yeah.
I loved it.
What was you guys' take on it when you guys saw it? Were you impressed? Are you excited? Are you like?
It's what I said in the chat. It's like if specifically the Dark Knight Rises and the Tim Burton movies had a little baby, and that's what we got, and that's what it felt to me. The thing is, because of the colors they used, it was just great. And in the beginning, I was against it because all I got was Robert Pattinson is going to be Batman. Okay, whack. But then
the guy became a great actor.
But then as time progressed, as I started seeing more into, because they didn't give me anything in the beginning, just said Robert Pattinson Batman. All right, well, there's nothing. Okay, how am I gonna like it if you're not giving me anything? But now that I get more to it, I'm like, this is cool. It's nice. I like it. It's me gangster.
And then I know the next thing that they showed on was the Flash series. He's getting a new suit.
Yeah, Flash got a new suit, but I think the best thing that we heard about that was that Batflick's coming back.
Yes, to be in that movie. Is that right? Is that correct?
Yeah, to be in Flashpoint.
Flashpoint.
I enjoy me some Batfleck. I mean that Batman to me, I can relate to just how tired the world is to me. Just seeing him just suffer, and he's just tired of life, and just eats everything.
He's been Batman for 20 years. He's over it. Oh exactly. Man! By the way, that the music in the new trailer, that remix of "Something in the Way" from Nirvana, man, perfect. Would never have expected Nirvana in a Batman trailer, especially that song.
Were you expecting Seal?
Oh yeah, there we go. Yeah, give us some more Seal. Bring back Seal. What's he doing? Nothing.
Tell us about the end of the movie.
He's not married to what, Heidi Klum anymore. He's got plenty of free time.
Da-da-da.
Kiss on a Rose, part 2.
There we go. That's it.
But so Suicide Squad, you were going to say, right?
Yeah, Suicide Squad. I haven't been following up on any of the DC stuff, but when I saw the list of actors playing and amount, it reminded me of like Xfinity,
Expendables?
No, Infinity movie, like the amount of cast that it is. And I think that they got the right directors to be able to capture each character and give them the enough time that they deserve on the screen, because that's a challenge when you have maybe 5+ characters to deal with in a movie. You need to be able to distribute that amount of playtime for each character to make sure that they stand out and one doesn't overlap the other. And seeing the list was great. I mean, I'm enjoying it. I'm just very curious. I know that I saw John Cena play one of the characters. He's James Gunn. He's the directing the movie. He's a decent actor. I just don't see him. That's the only person that popped out to me that's like,
He's no Batista, is what you're saying.
There you go. There you go. Yeah, what about you, Flex? Do you when they saw that Suicide Squad announcement with all the 10 characters that they showed? Was it 10
I
or more?
loved it. I'm just interested to see who's playing Great White or fucking yeah, Great White.
You
Oh, King Shark?
Yeah, King
Shark.
Shark?
Great White. Yeah.
I thought they announced who was playing it.
No, they didn't.
I-
It's just an animation of him.
Maybe
Yeah,
they just
King Shark is being played by a guy named Steve Agee. I don't know who that is.
No, that is either.
I
But
think they may be doing the CGI starting. You just might
That's
do
what I'm
like they
guessing.
do
yeah,
with,
but
with
I want to know who the voice is at the very least.
the voice. I'll look it up while you guys continue doing your thing there.
But it looks great. I'm excited for it. But
Probably
really,
going to be Kevin Hart.
Oh god.
that would crush me.
What do you think, man? What do you think of this Guardians of the Galaxy meets Suicide Squad action we got?
I have very little knowledge because I'm currently looking it up right now, but it's for my opinion to be a better step for DC overall because they suck at everything. But I mean I know very little. I'm looking it up now. But I hope they figure out a way to wing it so that they work with it because everything they've had before is horrible.
I mean, the Suicide Squad movie with Will Smith, I enjoyed that movie a lot. It wasn't it. I enjoyed it a lot. It wasn't that bad.
Cartoons are better though.
Steve
There's nudity
Agee,
in the cartoons. There's nudity.
Steve Agee has played in different movies. He does a lot of. He was in Sarah Silverman. He was in actually Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. He was also in Brightburn. So
yeah, so he's a James Gunn guy then, because James Gunn brought half of the cast from Guardians to this movie.
yeah, so that's who will be voicing King Shark. So I mean, I'm gonna go into all these movies that DC's coming out with open-minded, not closed-minded, and be able to they suck because then I'm gonna ruin the movie right away. And
Then you'll be like Jason.
exactly, we don't want to be like Jason.
He hates movies.
He goes in super skeptical as shit.
Yeah, and
It's
then
his life. He's skeptical of the gravity.
Yeah.
But on the topic of DC movies, Wancho, Wonder Woman.
I really, really like the trailer for Wonder Woman and what the movie Wonder Woman 84 is going to be. It looks great. I mean, seeing Cheetah there, like the transformation right away and her swinging through lightning. I know we've seen that before, but just seeing overall, the movie looks great. It looks really, really good. I mean, that was one of the best DC movies that came out during that time span. You have Wonder Woman, then you had Aquaman, and you had
Waterboy.
then Justice League. That movie, I'll beat all of them. I know Flex doesn't feel the same way as I feel.
I
Did
think,
he even watch it this time?
the first 10 minutes, but I think Aquaman is better than the first Wonder Woman movie. But that could also be my homosexual attraction to Jason Momoa.
Hey, listen.
I believe it.
Take him.
I did really enjoy. What about you guys? I know. Did anybody see that trailer? Did Ross? You? Anybody?
I actually missed it, unfortunately. Not because I don't like it. I just didn't get a chance to look at it.
You need to. Just try it.
Yeah,
I
you should.
think you enjoy it.
For sure, I will. I just, again, weight cuts, really busy week.
Man.
Well, I was a fan of the first Wonder Woman, and I'm watching the trailer now, and I love the Wonder Woman, the first one, so I can only imagine this one will also be great. So, I mean, I'm super excited. I can't wait for it to come out already.
I was
Definitely.
I was worried that Cheetah was going to look like Cats. Honestly, that was 100% of my fear. When I saw Kristen Wiig, I'm like, oh, geez, here we go. Once they show her in CGI, she's going to look like, and it was all right. It didn't look terrible.
No.
So I don't know. It could be good.
I mean,
I'm really interested to see, the Mandalorian playing Maxwell Lord.
Yes.
Yeah, there he is.
So that seems really good. I don't know if any of you guys here read comic books, but Wonder Woman and Maxwell Lord equals some interesting stuff at the end.
No, I didn't ever. I only caught like I don't know if you. I've only read DC here and there. The last thing that I've ever read DC was Brightest Night.
Oh yeah.
That was the last. Anything that I read DC was that. That was it. That's after that. No idea. About a Batman, Superman comic books. I know it had a controversial scenes in the comic book, and I have it. So that's the only reason why I bought that one. If that's this, besides that, I haven't bought anything like that. But I think that's it. That's all the DC fandom had, right? It wasn't that much other than those trailers. I know they did talk about the movie. What is it? The last one, the Justice League uncut version, the director's cut,
Snyder cut.
the Snyder cut. That looks really good. I think that
love the soundtrack.
that may actually be what Justice League should have been like. I mean, looks good. Doesn't look bad at all. I mean, I was kind of disappointed with Justice League, too much going on in one movie, but this one seems legit.
It should be rated R.
I mean, a lot of these DC movies, to make sure they're really good, I think they should be rated R, but that's just my opinion.
The cartoons are. And they're great.
Yes, yes, they
Movies.
are. They do know how to make cartoons. DC knows how to make
yeah.
cartoons.
Movies.
Movies, let's see what happens. I mean, that's what I said. I think they're trying to fight for dominance, and if they pull this off, it's going to be nice to see what Marvel comes up with next, because now you're actually going to have a competition, and that's when creativity happens, and that's when we're going to get what we love, consumers love, a good old healthy competition. Because when
Marvel
you have one
has,
person dominating, nothing happens.
What does Marvel have coming out next week or this week? I don't even know.
None of
New Mutants?
Yeah, New Mutants. Yes,
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, New Mutants.
and I don't know. I
Yeah, right.
No, yeah, what is that? I mean, Inhumans is the only thing I'm looking forward to, because I really love the Inhuman comic book series, and that's it. But besides that, all right. Anybody else has anything to say and talk about? Discuss.
What about Black Adam? Anybody excited for that?
No.
Dwayne Johnson can't bring gravitas. Like Black Adam is supposed to be a serious character going through some serious shit. He's a villain, an anti-hero. But Dwayne The Rock Johnson always plays Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Yeah.
Like, I've never seen him be anything else. And don't get me wrong, that's really fun. It's really good. But so he's just going to be The Rock wearing spandex again? Trying to put on an accent, because he sure as hell ain't going to pull off anything other than himself. So, I mean, I'm sure the movie's going to be super fun, because the Shazam movie was just stupid and fun.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Guys, talk to me. What do you think?
I agree with you, but I hope I'm wrong. But yeah, The Rock is a rock in every single movie. I was pretty sure of that since The Scorpion King. So
Yes.
yeah,
I'm going to get you.
I gotta watch it. Yeah.
Oh God.
I haven't watched the Black Adam. Like I said, I don't follow much DC except for just this fandom, because I heard it was going to be a lot of big announcements. But besides that, I don't watch any DC.
Watch the cartoon movies.
Yes, man.
Yeah.
Well,
I will give you every single one.
Oh, there you go, right there. And like I said,
I mean, the Hulu has the killing of Joker.
Hulu has everything. Hulu has everything, and so does HBO Max.
Yeah. Well, I'm not gonna get another subscription. I already have 6 of them. I'm not
If I
gonna.
haven't said it already, there's movies in some of them.
Yeah. Oh, I will say, Juancho, do you have HBO now through your TV provider?
No, I don't. No.
Okay.
I mean, I into Switch Stars right now. I have Stars. I don't have HBO. So next month I'm gonna get HBO because I want to watch.
When you get HBO, you automatically get HBO Max.
Okay, so then yeah, because I do want to see, Gotham PD, which is year 1 of Batman, and I heard that series has a lot of potential, And I know the series in Fox, Gotham, I completely dislike that series. It looked more like a teen drama than anything. That, in my opinion, like something that belongs in the CW.
Yeah, that was
Um,
porqueria.
Yeah, and I
yeah.
tried Flash. Let me get you wrong. I tried Flash, and I don't know if you guys look at the earlier episodes of this podcast. I did try season 1 and season 2. After season 2, I'm done. I just can't do the CW shows. There's no
Season
like
1 of The Arrow was good, and
Yeah.
then it turned to crap.
you get the high school
Drama.
focus on. Yeah, I just can't deal with it. It's just not for me. I miss the good old show. So hopefully, with having these shows actually being put on a platform like on a streaming platform, you have more flexibility to go with the story because you're now have a broader audience, and I think you'll get more better quality, especially with HBO Max. I think that streaming service is more tailored to older adults, higher teens, early 20s, because of the content that's on there. There's not a lot of like kid-friendly content. I don't know if there is or not. I haven't really checked, but I know South Park's on there. I know you have Rick and Morty on there. A lot of the stuff that there are advertisement is for older adults, and I like that because then the content is going to be something that I can relate to. It's not something I'm like, what is this? What am I watching? So yeah, I'm definitely check that out. Thank you, Ross. I didn't know about that. I'll write that down, and I have to call Xfinity today because I noticed my bill's a little high, and there's a better promotion. So I'm gonna see if I can catch on that. That's what you got to do with Xfinity. You get a high bill. What promotions you got going on? Sign me up for another 2 years for that promotion. All right, guys. Thank you for tuning in to episode 105 of Keeping Up with the Geek Bros. If you want to follow us on Instagram, it's Geek Bros with a 0. That's GEKBR0S, same thing as Twitter. Email us at geekbros@yahoo.com. Tell us how you really feel about Five not being here today and being in Orlando, smoking watermelon hookah and just enjoying himself in the pool. I'm trying to learn how to swim. Yeah, and getting COVID, trying to learn how to swim. Facebook at Geek Bros with a 0. And you can find us in the first place, webegeekspc.com. And you can check our 4 sexy faces on youtube.com/ViRev Studios. And you can find me personally. I haven't ran for the past 2 days. I'm taking my break. I actually am going to run after this. You can follow me at the _Juancho with a 0. Man, where can people find you at?
You can find me Man on Facebook, ManMan17093 on Instagram and Twitter. Look out for my new projects. I'll be working on them pretty soon.
I'm going to be checking those out. Let's see what you got going on.
Cool.
What you, Ross?
You can find me on Twitter at Ray Ayala, or Raz Ayala. Both of them go to the same content. And then Ray Raziel on Instagram.
All right. You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Darth_Flex.
All right. Well, thank you again for tuning in, and geeking out still sounds this good.
Keeping up with the Geek Bros.